What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Nick with Leverage Media, and welcome to another episode of Path to a Million podcast. Let me get this banner up here. Let's see. On this one, we're going to be talking about non-payroll costs and what is eligible as part of the PPP forgiveness. And so another kind of nice little wrinkle that they added into this forgiveness application. So remember that the non-payroll costs, number one, is they can only make up 25% at maximum of what you're asking for forgiveness. So I used to think that it was 75-25 of the entire amount. But if you watched my video earlier, I may not end up being able to spend all of the money on like my payroll just isn't enough, or my non-payroll costs aren't enough to use it all. So if that's the case, and I'm only asking for, say I got $100,000, I'm only asking for $90,000 worth of forgiveness, then the 25% would be based off the $90,000, not off of the $100,000. So you have to spend at least 75% on payroll of the amount that you're asking to be forgiven for. Now, chiropractors, I think that other than real high rent areas, I think that most chiropractors will be okay, just because payroll is usually our biggest expense. So just to recap what we have talked about a million times, eligible non-payroll costs are mortgage interest, rent or lease, and utilities. So utilities qualify as electricity, gas, water, transportation, telephone, and internet. On the transportation side of things, unless you have a mobile chiropractic office, I probably would not be trying to put in your car lease or anything like that. Even if you claim that as a write-off in your business, I would probably be a little bit hesitant to do that, mainly just because if you ever got audited, I'm not sure that would hold up. This is mainly for people that have delivery cars, or they have work trucks, things that people come to work and then take if you're a contractor, you take a work truck out when you pull into your workplace, and then you get in the truck and then you use their car instead of your own car. So electricity, gas, water, telephone, and internet. So the part that I think is interesting with this is the bill must have been paid during the covered period. So if you saw my video earlier about either covered period or the alternative payroll covered period, when I say covered period, I just mean both of those, whichever one you decided. Or it was incurred during the covered period and paid on or before the next regular billing period, even if the billing is after the covered period. So if you take, for example, our utilities, we just had not, I don't think that we had paid our February utility yet when we got our loan money in April. So we'll be able to pay, because we wrote the check after April 10th, which was when we got the money from my office. We'll be able to use that February payment, the March payment, obviously, the April payment, and the May payment. So we're actually going to get 4. Mainly just because I forgot, I don't know if it was forgot, but there was so much going on that we just didn't get the February payment in before that April 10th came through. So we're going to end up paying 4 months of our utilities. Now the rest of them that's the only one we write a check for. And our electricity, gas, and water is all together on that. The telephone and the internet, that comes out every month. So we'll take the ones that are within the 8 weeks that we paid for. So we'll probably have paid for March, April, maybe May, just kind of depends on where it falls in the month. And then we may be able to we'll definitely be able to do May, because we incurred it within those 8 weeks, and then part of June. So it kind of depends on when your auto pay comes out, what your service dates are. But as long as you incur that, So my last day for the office for my 8 weeks is probably going to be June 4th. So I'll be able to go all the way up to June 4th for all of those bills. And then I'll be able to pay those after June 4th. But I'll be able, because I incurred that amount within the 8 weeks, I'll be able to pay that. So I think what you're going to have to do is you'll have to look at the number of days in your final bill. Like if you kind of straddle the line between some of it was incurred during this 8-week period, others was not. I think what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to say, like for me, let's say the utility bill, it runs on like a monthly calendar, and it's like from June 1st to June 30th. I would be able to take 4/30ths of the bill and be able to claim that for loan forgiveness, because I would have incurred 4 days of the 30 days within those 8 weeks. I think that's the way that I don't think that you're going to be able to say, well, I had part of this bill incurred during my 8 weeks, so I'm going to claim forgiveness for all of it. I doubt that's the way that it goes. So you're going to, so I would guess that you're going to do 4/30ths of, like for my example, 4/30ths of that electricity bill would be forgivable because I incurred it during the 8 weeks. So that one's pretty straightforward. We've talked a lot about that. The only thing that was really different was what we just talked about, like incurred or paid during the covered period. And then the 25% is the max that you can do of the total forgiveness amount, not the total loan amount. So just keep that in mind. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Well, actually, let me see if there's any comments here. Nope. All right. We'll see you on the next one.